have acute intermittent porphyria. It is a disease of the central nervous system that affects, there's about 1,500 of us in the United States diagnosed, but probably at least double, if not more, people who have the disease that aren't diagnosed. It's an incredibly difficult diagnosis process. For me, it took 19 years and seeing more than 30 doctors in 5 different states. When I was finally diagnosed, I was able to recognize the symptoms that I had as all acute intermittent porphyria. And the hardest symptom to live with is pain. Porphyria is one of the most painful diseases known to man. Don't ask me how they measure that, but I can tell you from my personal experience, it makes day-to-day life difficult. And particularly when I'm in an attack, it can make living very hard. I do have to go into the hospital when I get an attack. Luckily, those are fewer and further between because I've learned how to manage my symptoms and get in front of my pain. And I refuse to let porphyria get in the way of living wholeheartedly. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about what that means. For me, treatment is something that I get once a week and sometimes twice a week if I need it. It just means that I'm in an infusion center like I am right now getting this treatment drug. It lasts maybe about 3 to 4 hours round trip when I get here. And I also get this drug if I am in an attack. However, just being able to get this preventatively has helped a lot and put a lot of space in between the attacks that I do get. So in the last year, I've probably had about 6 attacks, whereas without the drug, I'd have closer to 12, once a month on my cycle, of course. What it means for my life to have porphyria is I have about 5 good days every week. Sometimes more if I'm doing well, sometimes less if I'm not doing well. But what I choose to do with those 5 days is a lot of advocacy work. I'm a member of the American Porphyria Foundation. It is the nonprofit for porphyria that helps advocate. It helps connect people like me and their caregivers all across the country. And it's just something I would recommend for anyone that has a chronic pain issue, particularly a rare disease diagnosis. It was easy for me to get involved, and then from there, I've been able to participate in 3 different research studies. Incredibly important for me to be able to help the medical community so that they can have treatments that will eventually lead to a cure. I'm also part of the hospital board at the health system where I receive my care every week. That was important for me to have a voice for other young professionals who may not have a voice but are also going through something chronic. So like I said, I am part of this community of porphyria patients, and I never in a million years would have ever asked to be part of it, but I cannot tell you how grateful I am that they're in my life. We relate to each other, we help with each other. I learn from them every single day. They're available when I have questions. We stand up for each other when our bodies are in crisis. And I know that because of them, I'm able to live a more wholehearted life. I know that the work that I can do, the change that I can affect, and the people that I can educate about my condition will make it easier for future generations to get diagnosed and to live with the pain of acute intermittent porphyria. Thank you.